G'day, mate, and welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. I've been slowly charging up one power armor whilst having a bit of idle time, because it's time for steel smelters. And actually, can I edit that? I can. Because that was causing the game to actually crash at one stage, having a couple of little cliff explosives in the blueprint. Anyway, where were we? We were here. We were putting down these steel smelters. So, the steel smelter is going to be tricky because, because we have natives. Oh, there's one. I must have missed that one. Oh, there's another one. And then just confirm they're dead with a second shot. These ones are dead first. Watch the chaos. That goes through. Problem solved. This one's next. This will be a whole base, I expect. Boom. The second one in just to make sure everything's dead. All dead, all dead. Is that all of them? There we go. 4 biter bases managed to evade my wrath. Anyway, so steel build. So the steel build is massive. And we need 13.25 of these builds. And from memory, about 7 of them by themselves feed into this thing. So first off, I'm going to try and line up that track so steel comes in on the topmost track, and I want to leave enough room because there is a very real chance that I'm going to need a full-blown stacker between this build and the next. So that's where that's where the biggest chaos and headache. Ooh, I can't click and drag with that one. I forgot. That's where the biggest headache of these builds came in. That one, you need stackers for trains, and 2, potentially, and that's the other really big catch. Potentially, you need room for this train to sit between here and here, and not block any other tracks that may have to, crisscross across these things. So, yeah, we're going to need a radar as part of this build. Is there a radar? Nope, there isn't already a radar built into it. Okay, so we'll put a radar there. And remove all of that, and all of that, and all of that. Now, from my early testing, I already know that I actually need 7 of these builds, which is a little bit ridiculous. On top of that, the way this build's set up, so we go from iron ore to a buffer chest, and that's the key point. It's a buffer chest. Onto a another furnace. This one's, so this one does iron, this one does steel, and then out to a passive. Now, the other thing with this build is it produces, because of the productivity bonus in the furnaces, we actually have excess production always, excess iron here. We all know a furnace to a furnace, iron to steel, direct insertion is a 1-to-1 ratio. But with productivity, it's actually a 0.8, I think it is, to 1. Basically, this will make 6 iron for the 5 that's being used in here. So that's the other thing I need to consider, because this will actually always have a amount of iron left over. So I need a few things. I need, after this goes, actually let's just lay out the train track. From there, well, that didn't line up. Okay, abort. Try again. Steel build. And actually we'll go 1 tile lower, because I am going to want do want to change this over to a three train track station. Power into there, railway port into there. Remove that crap. Remove all of that crap. Come here. Blueprint 3 train tracks. Sure. This is not going to work, but that's a little bit besides the point at this stage. And so that's all engines at the front, that's all trains at the back. So about there. That needs to go. That can get popped there. That needs to go. That goes, that goes. Just do a bit of a cleanup through the middle. All of that unfortunately goes. We don't need any of that. I have no idea why there's that train station there. Try again. Beautiful. Okay. So, three train stations. So one will be iron ore in, for argument's sake. One will actually be plate out. Because this has an excess of plate, I want the ability to use that plate should I actually need it. I don't know if I will, and I don't know where this build is compared to where I might need plate, whether there is any correlation to where one is in relation to the other. I don't know these answers, and that's sort of fine. What uses power? You use power. There's no way to fix that. Not without another substation. Okay, that's a later problem for JD. Okay, so which means steel in to steel in. Easy enough. One problem solved. It also means steel out will wrap around the top and actually come back through there. So we need this is a steel return line. Come on. Alright, fine. Game. Be annoying. Nope. It's been so long since I built train tracks like this intensively that I can't perfectly line up a corner. Okay. So that there is our steel loop with a radar. Really? But that's only one steel station. I know from my earlier testing, I need about 7 of these things. So we need to do some calculations. Now, I also have a iron ore. Let's call this iron ore in the middle for argument's sake. Which will also have to loop out. Now, no matter what, these two have to cross. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm really trying to avoid... double-headed trains. I really want the higher throughput and higher acceleration of a single-headed train. In saying that, there will be some double-headed trains, just the same as there will be both left and right-hand drive. Just because whatever happens to work best in the scenario, we'll build it that way. So we're going to have the absolute most spaghetti train network ever, I think. Between single, double-headed, and left and right-hand drive. Yeah. So we're going to call that an iron ore out. So that'll go off and get iron ore. That'll go off. I will bring in iron ore. It leaves this third station. Now, this third station is potentially for iron plate. So we're going to assume it goes off to who knows where for iron plate. And then at the same time, because it's got to get back out to behind this build, we're going to assume that it's going to wrap through the bottom of this build. Don't I used up all my track? I have. Okay, so we're going to assume that it wraps back into the bottom of this build somehow. Come on, spaghetti system. That'll do. It doesn't have to be neat at this stage, it just has to be. I need more train track. Robots, bring me train track. I just need one bit of track. It's not a big ask. There's 100 Logibots in the air, so they're all delivering me shit, because there's nothing in my trash slots to take away. They're delivering me prod mods. Well, that doesn't really help. Haha! 76 railway. Or rail track. So, if we've got 2 out the top, 1 for iron ore, 1 for steel return, plus a iron plate, which would be in here, roughly. If I was to build another station on top, which is what we're going to go over and do right now. There goes all my train track. That build. Okay, hang on. Let's make a new blueprint. I love it when bots rearrange things. Okay, and we want a build like that. So that's 2. What did I do with the build? I forgot to give it a marker. You can look like sulfur. So I said 2, 3. Come on. Destroy everything, bots. Try again. Nope. Sulfur. 3. Did it again. Picked up the wrong blueprint. 4. Too low with the deconstruction planner. I removed all my track. Do we still have cliff explosives? We do. Good. Remove all of that and all of that. Right, these robots are never going to catch up. Piece of sulfur. We're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 2 more to go. Yeah, you can see at the moment these are completely unpowered and have no modules and aren't even joined on networks, robot networks. That's perfectly fine because I actually want the first one built. I want the first one up and running, preferably sooner rather than later, because I actually want to know, one, if the build works. Well, I know the build works. One, what its output production happens to be. That's actually really important because max rate calculator is not good at calculating things unless they're complete. Let's use that one instead. Then actually you will not need that line because that line is a steel, an iron return line. Okay, done. Now to actually get one of these builds up and running means we need an iron. We need a source of iron. And I really hope the bots... Oh, they haven't quite stolen all my belts yet, but they're getting close. Come on, JD, run faster. Pick up all the stone whilst we can. Okay. Right here, luckily enough, we have iron. So I'm going to build the simplest and crudest iron mine ever. Yep, I think that is the very definition of... Really? Off by time. Oh, I put mine down first. So when I loop back around, that's when they're off by a tile. So I guess it's more future me's fault. I don't know. Does that make any sense? Okay, belt for iron. Taylor Lake. Okay. I'll have that much back. That's right. We'll go up this side of the lake. That goes there. And that goes there. So, with a handy dandy power pole, I should be able to get this thing up and running. Okay. Another mission accomplished. Now, of course, this is just going to dump it on a belt, which is going to bring it all the way up here, and then promptly clog, but that's fine. We don't need... No. It clogged before it even got there. Okay. No, it's moving. Alright, done. So we've put down steel. I've got a inserter. Oh, a belt. I just need to actually finish off this build, which is going to be tricky to say the least. Or can we power up the other build easier? It's copper, copper, iron, dead iron. Copper, 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 copper. That's more steel smelters, but there's no iron deposits anywhere near them. No ones are built over. Oh, there's a 1.3 there. $250 Logibots. Okay, that's where we're going to go. Z2. I have a train. I have fuel. So I just need to make it back to the main line. We'll go to Z2. We'll actually hook that mine, that steel build to those miners. So things start to kick along. And then what? Then I think I'm going to call it here for an episode. No, wrong way. It's up. Put my train there. 2, no. 2 C2 circulation. Go. Fuel. Go faster. Alright, the main reason I want to get iron actually plugged into one of these smelters is it's more for you guys than anything else. If I go to this steel smelter, the one in question, and bring up max rate calculator, they have no recipes, so it can't calculate. Whereas, because this is an assembler, because the recipes are set already, it knows exactly what it's going to do, and it can give me my per minute inputs for all the different items. So we're going to head over to Z2, which is here. Run down here, throw down some miners, run a belt up. After we go back to Artie. So that's actually where the recording ends. This is as much data as I could recover of this video. I chose to leave it in because it was almost the whole episode, and it was much more conducive with the rhythm that I had at the time, rather than going back and re-recording this episode. I do hope you've enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching, as always, and I'll catch up with you in the next brand new episode. Alright,